Morning, boss. You see what we're doing? When you hear health problems take you, you have to take action to it. But why we not eat here this morning? Carl Riley, my brother, I ain't going to squeeze it out. Usually I would just wring this out and deep fry this or something. But today we are a different ball game today. Guys, yesterday I went to the doctor. My pressure high. Talked about boy Michael Zambrano. He say, hey, what happened, brother? You had to start to change up the diet. And that is exactly what I'm doing, guys. For the next couple of weeks, I'm going to try my utmost best. I ain't saying I wouldn't make my little cheat in between, but as much as I could, I will be trying my best to alter my diet, right? So at least probably 20% leeway and 80% are trying something. So what I'm doing here actually right now is I am going to lightly fry this curry up with some onions and garlic. I'll be using as little oil as possible, and then I'll be taking some of it and I'll be adding it to a scrambled egg. And mommy and I will be having this no bread. So that will help her with her diabetes too. Right? Remember, we're looking to cut down on carbohydrates if you have diabetes. So guys, the cooking channel taking a little spin. We now cooking for people who might be suffering with things like diabetes or even hypertension. So you know where to go if you want all the nice cooking and have things like 3D style with Dinesh, it have Vince Kitchen, it have Ellis Food and More, it have Kimberly Badlu. I don't recommend Lyndon Batista. No, you will not learn anything there. Put in it to cook it. Right? And then the cracking up behind the camera. Spin the camera. Neither. Don't check out. You can check out the Louise part or the Lance and Louise channel, but don't check out the Lance part. Remember, the only thing I ever see you cook on that channel, some noodles. Daddy, I want you, boy. I feel your pain enough. I feel your pain. Look. Oh gosh. Right, so I may as well put the pot. No. I still have to prepare some garlic and some onions. Yeah, man. Well, I started to take the medication last night, and this morning I feel less dizzy. Yeah, I feel less dizzy. How was your night?
My night was superb.
Alright.
I had some cornflakes before I went to bed.
A very small amount, eh?
A very small amount.
A very small amount.
You caught me with a small cup, you know.
You like that one, eh?
Wow. I say you really care for my health, but I could swallow this cup alone. It's okay on the rack. It's on the rack.
Where? On the rack, where?
Right.
Daddy tell me he want a little bit of cornflakes. So I'll take it out in this. We look at this little teacup from boy.
Somewhere about.
Yeah. So I'll find up some extra because well I know all the way out today. So I wouldn't be using all of this in the scrambled eggs. But I will have some of this to eat with my lunch.
Okay.
I'm looking to probably grill a piece of seasoned chicken. No kind of sauces or anything. So I will have the seasoned chicken with the grilled chicken together with some of this.
I remember your taste buds have been opened over the years
to all
with
that
spicy
nice food, yeah, boy.
right? You know how we Chinese love food belly?
Yeah.
You believe that you could go the distance? What motivates you to really go the distance?
I am really I'm going to try to make this as tasty as possible. Right? Now, I will use a little less salt than I have been using before, but gradually I'll bring that down. I'm not going as drastic as to say no salt or half the amount of salt that others use, right? But I am going to be using a little less than I usually do.
No, people have been recommended, and Mommy bought it a little while now, Himalayan pink salt. You don't care for that, do you?
Himalayan pink salt. Well, boy, when Ole wasn't here, I had such a bad experience with our Himalayan salt.
What kind of experience you would have had?
Well, boy, number one, Ole went away. And I didn't know how to operate this Buddha boy. And I boiled 4 eggs for over an hour here, boy. And I just keep turning the button, right? Because I don't know how to bring it to a high heat. Eventually, when I crack the eggs open, boy, half of the egg run out because only half cook. I decide now, I'm looking for salt. I can't find normal salt. So I end up finding this Himalayan salt. When I shake it out, too much of the Himalayan salt come out. I wouldn't lie, it's one of the worst eggs I ever eaten in my life. Yeah. So since that, I has done. But what happened? Did they say that Himalayan salt is actually better?
That's what they say.
For what? Blood pressure?
Well, for
I wonder if anybody could give me a
Himalayan pink salt. Here it is. Look.
Well, I don't have on my glasses, but from what everybody on the channel, like you really hear them talk about this Himalayan salt. So what we'll do this morning, yeah, we'll use it. We'll use it. I tease it, and yes, we can use it. Yeah.
You must check out it has to do something with potassium. It has to do something with potassium and sodium. Something affects the outside. I can't.
No, but if it's something to talk about things like sodium and things, then it probably might be especially good for your heart.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So
but you can always
will try.
Google it and see what they come up with.
Yeah.
And then you can do something more.
Right. So I'll turn this pot on a high heat here, and now organize up the rest of the ingredients.
You find all these pots looking like dog food pots.
No. We good on the dog pot.
You good on it?
Yeah. People get accustomed to the dog pot now. Some of them is actually say, hey, use the dog pot. Yeah. Alarm here. This is from the Karaili. Yeah, man. So I am going to be trying to make this still as tasty as possible, right? Using some of the techniques that are developed from the community channel. Yes, notice I'm using a flat as possible pot, right? That will help me spread out the curry a bit. And the idea is I want to see if I could get that curry a little on the dry side. I did not squeeze out the nutrients though. Right?
So I'm
using my garlic as usual. Garlic is very good, so you notice I'm using a considerable amount, right? They say garlic is actually good to bring down the pressure, and Upa's telling me try to chew a green garlic every day. See, it works wonders.
My pressure will drop drastically if I chew that, you know. I remember once a fellow told me, you know, I must chew some garlic, and I had to carry one of the girls to Tunapuna for lessons. I sat waiting for them, and when I tell you the truth, boy, I chew this thing, a big pot. And when by the time I got home, I had to creep into bed, you know.
Your pressure dropped so low.
Yes. But it's good to see you embarking on a healthy meal, man.
Well, I have to, you know.
You have made I will confess, you have made tasty meals for us.
Yeah.
They may have had some, you know, maybe a little too much salt, maybe a little too much flour that we have been consuming.
Right.
But we enjoyed it.
And here's the thing. If we make this conscious effort that we embarking on here, if we make this effort, you ever hear about that cheat day?
Oh yes.
In between,
Oh yes.
we make we salad roti and we favorite takari.
Yes, of course.
You know, so as human beings, it's something psychological. From the moment you feel like you could no longer do something, well, there's no you want to do it. But when you give yourself that confidence, hey, listen, I will and try to hold to this as much as possible. In between, I feel to eat my little piece of paratha or whatever. Just like how dieting for one day don't make sense. Well then, it ain't gonna affect you if 6 days you're eating good and one day you eat bad, you could never get through for that.
No, what you consider eating bad? Define that.
Just really consuming carbohydrates like you really have no discretion. I talking about eating 4 slices of bread versus eating 2 slices. Right? I remember when I was bordering on diabetes, I came down immediately from 4 slices of bread to 2 slices until eventually I was doing 1 slice. And it's the same thing this morning. If I choose, I usually would eat 2 of them hops. I don't mind having 1 of them hops, or maybe I could cut the hops in half and still give mommy a little piece. Because remember, when you make changes too suddenly also, that's creating problems. Drastic changes,
The body rebels.
yeah. Alright, so there's some hot pepper here.
Let's slip that fridge in.
Yeah, I'm gonna get something inside.
Okay. So last night when you said to me at 10:30, let me go and make a cook now for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to get a picture of what happened last night, right?
Yeah.
You came in there about between 10:30 and quarter to 11.
Yeah.
And you said, I'm going to make a cook, right?
Yeah.
Would you eat? What are you going to cook? I'm going to cook chicken.
Yeah.
Right? What do you have in mind?
Well, I was being mischievous. But
But if you had got the encouragement,
hear what I was saying. Boy, let me make a cook. And you see from tomorrow, it's serious business.
well, you know one thing about trainees,
Yeah.
is always we'll start tomorrow, we'll start Monday, that kind of thing.
Hey, well, I have a confession to make. Yesterday when I met my doctor, said, right, and he tell me, he say, hey, partner, your pressure high. You got to make some changes. Right? I say, all right. Boy, the first thing I do when I come out of my doctor's office, I see my favorite St. Helena doubles man across the road. I walk across and I tell him, I say, hey, I want a mega. He will sell our doubles, he's called it a mega. Right? That is Sleepy's son. It used to be Sleepy's and son, but unfortunately, and condolences, his father passed away.
Really?
Right? So now it's still Sleepy and Son. Sleepy and Son. They did make a mega. That is where the line is be so long that whoever eat it there, they're giving you 4 barra with a nice soup in a chana. So I had a mega.
Yeah.
And I eat my doubles and I tell myself, all right, Sana, you ain't eating doubles for a while. That is how I just operate.
Oh, so you hit 4.
Yeah, but I will come like I eat 2 doubles.
You remember the guy who said that he stopped drinking? Past the first bar, second bar, the third, the fourth, the fifth. At the 7th bar, he stopped and he had one for all the bars he passed.
You are right.
So how did you feel after that mega bar doubles?
I feel good, boy. I enjoy that doubles, boy. I talk about that doubles right now in my mouth water, you know.
Okay. So what's going to keep you in check after eating 1 or 2 meals that you consider to be highly nutritious and safe? what's going to keep you in check from going, you know what I mean, a little contrary?
No, but the trick to this is this. If I know, okay, like I know, for instance, Natasha barbecue coming up on Saturday. Definitely, Natasha food is good food. I sitting down and I enjoying my box of barbecue. But here what I will do. I know the serving is going to be a nice serving. When I come home, I will cut that meal in half.
You're not going to eat it there?
No, I'm not going to eat it there.
Okay.
I come in home here,
Yeah.
and I cut that meal in half. So I will sit down and I will have half of that meal, enjoy it, and then later on, I enjoy the other half.
Okay.
So that way, I'm taking the meal and I'm splitting it into two. As I say that, I want to recommend something to people. Whenever you buy like your Chinese food or your curry cube, whatever it is, try to make it a practice not to eat from the box. Especially if you may be leaving back some of the food. Because what you're actually doing is you're contaminating, even though it's your food and your saliva. When you keep putting the spoon into your mouth, then dipping back into the box, you're actually putting microbes into the food. So it's always a good practice when you reach home with your Chinese, get a plate, remove food from the box and put it into the plate. Close back your box, seal it up, and put it back into the refrigerator. That's the best way. That food could last you 2-3 days in the fridge.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good tip.
So it's not a good practice, yeah, to eat or even from a roti. You know, you might only have half of the roti. The best thing to do is you cut the roti and you wrap up the other half and you put it away. Don't eat from food and then put it back. Yeah, that is not a good practice.
Well, boy,
Yeah.
thank you for that tip.
So while we taking here, I'm thinking to myself, right, because I'm not going to have enough oil to fry this up in. So what I'm going to do instead is, let's add a pimento here. So I have all my favorite ingredients here, right? I am going to add this to this, right? We're going to lightly salt. I'm not seeing them. Guys, it's not falling out all that time, eh? Right. Good. And do we by chance have olive oil in here?
You should, you know.
It should.
Yeah, you should.
Right. All right.
You got?
Well, no, but this is coconut oil,
yes.
right? So, a little coconut oil. And what I'll do is I'll mix this up in. So this way now, even though it's a little bit of oil, everything is getting a coating.
Smells good.
Taste for salt. Very, very slight salt inside of there. I would like a little more, but
You
we'll
can
leave it
you
at
can,
it.
you can use some more Himalayan. It's alright. You can use some more of the Himalayan.
Is that a little more?
Yeah, man, you
Right.
can.
Nice. And the pot was hot. I bring it back to a medium heat and put it inside the heat. And I leave it that uncovered. And that is going to slow cook for a little while. Then I'll turn it up. Right?
Right.
Let me just see how it goes from there.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man. All right, so it has been about 5 minutes, and this is the first time I'm going to turn this up, right? I could tell here that I could look at increasing the heat on this a little bit, right? Good thing is that we're not getting any sticking or anything. I'm going to actually carry the heat right up, get it frying up a bit, and then I'll reduce the heat. So I'll carry the heat right up to start to get that crackling sound, and then I'll reduce it again. Yeah? No, you won't be here to tape it. Here's what I will be doing. I will be taking out a pack of chicken, seasoning it up as normal with my grind seasoning, very slight in the Himalayan, right? And then I will add just a very slight amount of coconut oil and mix that in with the chicken, right? Then I'll be putting it into maybe the same pot, cover it down, and get it steamed out quickly so the meat will cook throughout. Then I'll remove the saucepan cover so that liquid could dry out. And at that point in time, I will lower the stove. The little bit of fat that the meat produce, right? Plus the slight coconut oil. The meat eventually is going to start to have a little oil to fry it. At that point in time, I'll lower the heat and I will leave it to brown on one side, then I'll flip them and finish brown it on the next side. Then what I will be doing is I'll be having some of this karaili if me and mommy don't eat it out this morning, right? And have a serving of the karaili, but I will be removing the meat from all the fat. So I'm not going to take up that. It won't have anything to take up. It's just going to be a slight amount of oil at the bottom of the pot. So right there we have eliminated most of the fat from the chicken, which we utilize to just slightly brown the chicken, right? And that will be my meal. A good tip when you eat it is this: don't rush through the meals. Try to eat a little slower than you usually eat. By the time you finish eat, you're going to be well satisfied. Try to have some proteins with each of your meals. This is going to keep you also. Proteins is a thing to leave you feeling what's the word? Beginning with S.
Satisfied.
Well, it will leave you feeling satisfied too. But it have a particular word. It go on from it. Alright, so we suddenly got a little frying action here. So with just a little amount of oil, we could still get this frying effect here. Right? Now, this is where I'm going to turn back the heat just a little, and I'm going to leave this for a while, hoping that I could start to kind of brown it up a bit. So you don't keep turning this. What we're trying to encourage is we're trying to get a little crisp on the outside of the karaili, right? So we see it there. If you look to cover this, you'll be getting more kind of like a steamy effect, a softish kind of karaili. I ain't looking for that, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Put it on here. So we bring this on, nice. It still has some crunch to it, and of course we can't get the type of dry finish on the outside because we didn't squeeze out the karaili, but we want to hit this real good for pressure, right? So this is done, and we're gonna get ready to scramble up the eggs, right? So let me get the tip. So we're looking for that correct saucepan, right? We have a very nice saucepan, a not seeing it currently.
Probably hidden under something. If I pack it, you won't find it.
Yeah. I wonder if it happens to be over. Yes, I had fried something and I have to put it.
Do you have to dispose of that oil now?
No. Don't throw your oil away.
They don't.
No.
Oil never spoils.
Alright, so we will use this to our advantage, right?
Okay.
As it is, the pot lightly oiled here. Right? So we'll just add a very small piece of butter. We can't help it. But we're using real butter. I have 6 eggs in here. I'm beating it up. Definitely want to add in some black pepper in the mix there. So let me just get the black pepper. We're not going to add too much of that salt, right? But the black pepper, we have no problem with that. And I was supposed to really add that black pepper at the end of it, but I already made, right? We can get more of the black pepper flavor if we added it to the end, right? Light amount of Himalayan salt.
So you can still add some more?
Yeah, we could, yeah. Yes. Right. Right. Now, when you're making that scrambled egg, you don't want your pot getting too hot.
What happens if it is too hot?
The egg is going to cook way too fast.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right? So we're going in here. Right, I'm returning it back to the heat here. And I'm using very little butter here.
What kind of butter is that?
Because that butter is going to be cooking 6 eggs. Right?
Is that Kerrygold?
That is Kerrygold, yes. Right. Right, there's enough heat there now to start to cook this egg. Now there are different ways to scramble eggs, right? Some people will throw in the eggs whole and then start to do the cooking in the pot.
Okay.
Right? Some people will choose to mash this up fine, but what we're going for here is picture it as the clock method, right? We pull in from 12 to the center, then from 3 to the center, then 6 to the center,
Okay.
and then 9 to the center. Right? You notice the egg is starting to cook on the outsides there.
Right.
So at this point, we pull in this in here.
Okay.
Right? Then we pull in this in. Now, not much is happening as yet. Right. You leave that to set up a little bit there. So in the meanwhile, you could get yourself busy in terms of get it prepared to actually have the meal, right? Now I wanted to use a little mind trick here, but unfortunately, right, we don't have the size that I'm looking for.
Right.
But one of the things that you could do is use smaller plates. And this way, when you get your meal, you'll be telling yourself that.
Oh, but there are small plates in that cupboard.
Yeah, but they are a little too small.
Oh, too small.
For what we want to do. Alright, so come back to the egg here.
So you're gonna go shopping then?
Yes, I will go to IAM. Right, so you see?
Okay.
And you leave that again to set up. It's a slow process. But that's why the egg will be so tender.
Where you got this recommendation?
I learned this from a very good friend. Yeah, a very good friend who works in a hotel.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Remember the days in hotel school, right?
Yes. Right, so you see how we coming in here?
Oh, yes. Oh, my.
You're not going to mix that up as yet.
Okay. If I had
So
done
you
this.
just pull into the center, right? And then eventually, we could probably give it a slight flip over. One of the key to this is by the time you finish cook this, you need to get this out of the saucepan because the egg is going to dry out.
Oh, right.
Right, so it's sitting there a little bit again. So we pull there, so that raw egg gets a space there.
Excellent.
Right? Excellent.
Yes, man.
Right? And we keep going.
That looks really charming. So you find great satisfaction in cooking, eh?
Yeah. Now, I could pull and I could push back there a bit.
Okay.
Now we almost done here. Right? We just want to get rid of this runny stuff here. Right. I could choose to flip this over a bit. And now I could break it apart.
Hey boy, that's great.
Now some people, if you want to get it like that fine kind of scramble egg, you could have been doing this with a fork.
Okay.
Right? So next time we're doing it.
Yes.
But I wanted to get a more solid type scramble egg.
Very good.
Right, so I already take off the stove here. I will just set this aside just to take out the rawness. And now,
I like that.
yeah,
You haven't lost the skin, boy.
nah man.
I like that.
Now you could eat a nice generous soup on this here.
Excellently. Does egg do anything to cholesterol?
This thing will not do you no damage.
Okay.
But I mean, if you really want to be extreme, then you gotta fry egg whites.
Okay.
And that is the day, my brother.
Very good.
That is the day. And what we could do to make the meal taste, because remember we have been eating highly seasoned food. So we could choose to sprinkle a little black pepper. And we also have nice pepper sauce. If you want to take a little mango kuchila on the side, all these things could enhance the meal. So I definitely will be taking some pepper sauce on mine. And we have the mango kuchila there. You ready?
I am ready.
All right, good. So the idea, mommy and daddy, is this. We sit down here to eat this meal. We have a lot of protein on it, right? We have a lot of vitamins and minerals. And believe it or not, vegetables do contain carbohydrates, right? It's just in this case, it's going to be a limited amount of carbohydrates. That's why we can eat so much, right?
But
As you can see,
that little piece of bread?
that little piece of bread, yes, you're lucky that you even get, right? Because originally we were not going to have any bread with this, right? Guys, lifestyle changes. It is hard, but we have to learn it. At least if we get careless for lunch or dinner, we at least had one proper meal, right? So we're going to eat this. Now, the trick in it, mommy, is this. We're not going to eat this meal too quickly. Where we would have usually eat down something like this in 5 minutes, we're going to try to see if we could extend this to a nice 10-minute period, right?
You can't feed nobody from this morning.
No, I would not be able to feed anybody for this morning, right? Now, this piece of bread, I will just be taking a little nibble of this in between.
Why not
just to
yourself a bigger piece
yeah,
than
well,
me?
all in a worse condition than me.
Really?
Yeah, right? Yeah, so, but you know, for diabetics, really and truly, things like bread, roti, rice, this is their enemy. Believe
But
it or not.
Sana, I mean,
No, you had a, as I say,
I mean-
let me try it and let me see what we're on here, guys.
no, I find it except the division of the bread.
Well, look,
It's supposed to be quarter of a
Yeah,
bread.
look.
But you take 1/3, Nancy take.
No, I cut the bread in half actually, and then I cut that half into half, which end up in a quarter. So you really end up with 1/8, and Daddy end up with 1/8. But
Now,
now
Daddy, I
you're
do
going to
that.
like about 1/6 there again with the little piece I give you. Right? So you end up with more bread than me.
Okay, so
Well,
Very
anyway,
blessed the meal?
thank you very
Yes.
much for the consideration.
Yeah, man.
so
Praise the Lord.
So I go in and tease everything individually.
Yeah, man, you could talk.
The egg is nice. Nice and moist. The pepper sauce helping it out. So the egg is flavorful and healthy at the same point in time. We go into the karaili. Now I expect it's going to be much different from how I usually like karaili. We kept all the juice, we didn't squeeze it. That's where all the nutrients are. Karaili, from what I understand, is very good for high blood pressure.
Also diabetes.
Good for diabetes. And good for making your face squinch up too. Right? But I will tell you this. If I go into this with a open mind, it is definitely something that I'll be eating quite comfortably over the next couple of sit-ins. So I'm going to see if I could help out now by pulling a little kuchila into the karaili. The little slight coconut oil taste is nice. Now we're talking. So definitely, I'll tell you this. If you add something like black masala to this karaili while it's frying, you're gonna get excellent taste.
You
Maybe-
really but didn't say put black masala.
Yeah, it will. Right?
That's how Mr. Harry's do it.
So we're gonna try a combination of everything here now. A little kuchila, egg, and the karaili, and some of that burnt up puran. Yeah, we getting somewhere. Actually, how mommy think?
Well, Liba, I'll be very proud of this breakfast. She have been trying to get me to eat this for quite a while because she believes in a healthy diet as well. And sometimes I cooperate with her, but will complain about the bread portion too. But there is really wisdom because in a lot of articles that you would read, anything that is white is not good for you. Anything that is white. And anything that's green is clean. You hear that, Michael? I know you love when I say green is clean. So you'll be very proud of Mr. Sana this morning. And it is he's prepared it very tasty.
If I tell this, oh sorry.
I hope we can continue this lifestyle.
For a while. Do you know that Michael Zambrano is actually the person that initiated this? He told me yesterday, he said, Lasana, your vlogs is all about your life's journey. Now you have a health issue. Show people what you can do. So I have decided, I think it's a really good idea, that we will document the lifestyle changes that we're making. And in terms of definitely, especially if you can't get too much exercising, diet is a crucial part. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Most of my breakfast will be like this, where I'll saute up vegetables the same way all the time and just have a little difference in protein every day. Maybe sometimes with tuna, sometimes with a nice fresh piece of fish.
And you eventually hope to introduce some walking with this diet?
You don't want to come?
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going back on that.
Yes.
Next 2 weeks.
Yes, we have to go gradual. It's
Yeah.
better we creep before we walk than walk and then go back to creeping.
Yeah. Well, they say better to walk the walk than talk the talk.
Yeah. And Nancy, this is going to help all of us because for your heart as well, we have cheated several times with you what you would eat.
Good thing God doesn't cheat, eh?
Okay, all my bread finished already.
Well, you have to learn to nibble, girl.
Please don't take mine.
No, but it's good. It's very good. Michael, I'm glad that you advised your brother. You gave him good advice. Thank you for being there for him in sickness and in health.
Yeah.
Sickness and in health, Michael.
Good marriage material by Michael.
Yeah, in sickness and in health, you're everything, man.
Remember, Mom, slow
Nice
is
and
the way
slow.
to go.
It's painful for me to eat slow too, eh?
Don't do that.
So sometimes you will, one day when you want to expatiate, you will make a sada roti with
Yes.
your fry,
Yes.
with your bhaji.
Yeah. You see, the thing about it, once you can have, let me say at least 80% of your days under control. In between, you treat yourself like I was telling Daddy, I know Natasha's barbecue coming up on Saturday. I will have that barbecue and I will enjoy it. But what I will do is, I will cut the barbecue in half. And I'll eat half for one meal. And then eat the next half a little later on.
Cayenne pepper, you wish?
What do you think about the intermittent fasting with also this nice healthy breakfast style?
Well, me
It works
personally,
out to
man,
be like that.
I like having my meals. But if you want to do intermittent fasting, you see, that's the thing.
Like if it's breakfast is at 8, it means if breakfast is at 8, your last meal has to be at 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
Because it's a 15 hours window, you see?
yeah. Now what I know a lot of people do for this intermittent fasting is when the gateway is there, they will basically, this is how I interpret it. Some people is actually take it as an opportunity to splurge.
No, but we're doing
if
it together
you could
with it.
splurge on this,
Yeah,
you understand?
yeah.
Well, of course, yeah. But we gotta be careful that we don't drive our bodies rapidly into a state of ketosis, right? Because remember, we are already making, this is a drastic change here.
Right.
So sometimes when things are a little too drastic,
Yeah. Of course, moderation is
it don't be long lived. Yeah.
whatever you do in moderation.
Yes.
You're going to exercising moderately.
And as you can see, guys, 8 minutes has passed, and we still eating. The word I was looking for is satiated.
Satisfied anyway. Satiated. Very good at the function.
Yeah.
Really working, man.
The Corelli is good for the brains too, guys, as you could see.
Come on, Nancy, eat some more.
I don't know. I don't understand. Thank you. Eat some more, boy.
Lance loves Kareli.
So you okay with that bitter taste?
I like better taste. I don't like better experiences.
Oh, Lush.
That's
Oh,
great.
gosh.
That is very.
I like my environment. Nice and quiet. Peaceful.
You must be glad I ain't doing them lives, boy.
No, not that. That's That's not what I have in mind.
What he has in mind, he doesn't like his wife talking and calling too much.
Well, I think that's everybody desire in their house. Both ways, both ways.
I know there are some people when they sit to eat as a family, it could very well get out of hand
For real.
in some discussions. And let's say that maybe in the old days it happened a lot, but I for years I've always tried to encourage around this lunch table that we don't talk about sensitive things when we are eating.
Exactly. That is not the time for that.
No, eating is to be enjoyed. The things you eat, they are to be enjoyed. So if there's any discussion, usually I would kind of say, hey fellas, listen, postpone that.
That's
I
why
agree
they
with
say
you.
Timing is an important thing.
Timing is important. You come here to enjoy a beautiful meal.
Tana, it was delicious. It tasted healthy and quite delicious.
You know, as a matter of fact, you don't miss the bread.
No,
No, I really don't necessarily have to eat this piece of bread. But you know something? For all my loving fans,
okay, you fed them
I feed all of you.
a morsel.
A morsel of bread. Guys, we hope that all enjoyed. We have embarked on trying to at least get a couple of healthy meals in. Some will still be a little on the unhealthy side, but generally we're trying to make some changes. And we hope that you all could join us before it's too late. Yeah?
Very good. Very
Send it
good.
along.
But
And guys, don't forget, Natasha's having her barbecue on Saturday. Get in contact with her. We all going to be there to support. Alright? Nice. Flip camera. Yow. Yow. Are we out?